Good evening. I am Venturing Crew 309 President Julia Taylor. Will the audience please stand as Crew 309 presents the colors?
Color Guard, attention. Color Guard, advance. Scout salute. Color Guard, halt. Color Guard, post the colors. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Color Guard, retreat. Would all scouts and scouters please join me in the scout oath and law? On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally sure. A scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. 2. You may all be seated. I would like to present our crew advisor, Angelo Brock.
Thank you for coming this evening to Elisha Hunt's Summit Court of Honor. By the power vested in me in the National Council of the Boy Scouts of America, I declare this Court of Honor to be convened. The Venturing Program aims to enable young adults to experience a program that is fun and full of challenge and adventure, acquire skills in the area of their crew's specialty, become a skilled training and program resource for other youth groups, experience positive leadership from adult and youth leaders, and be given opportunities to take on leadership roles. Learn to make ethical choices throughout their lives by instilling the values of the Scout Oath and Law, have a chance to learn and grow in a supportive, caring, and fun environment. The Summit Award, Venturing's final core award, is described by meritbadge.org as the highest award in venturing. This award goes to those venturers who have matured in their personal direction, skills, and life competencies, and who have accepted the responsibility to mentor others and to serve their community in a lasting way. Would the crew president, Julia Taylor, and the administration vice president, Hunter Brock, escort the candidate to the stage? Bless.
Crappy you guys do.
To earn the highest venturing award in scouting, a venturing scout has to spend a great deal of time and effort. Therefore, the occasion that recognizes their accomplishments should be something special. Tonight we will follow the Summit Trail. When a youth becomes a scout, there is instilled within them something we call the spirit of scouting. Because the spirit of scouting embodies the principles of the Scout Oath and Law, it is a shining beacon of inspiration. Alone, this light may seem feeble, but when multiplied by more than 3 million youth in scouting, it becomes very powerful indeed. Here to tell us more about the Summit Trail is Trevor Moore, Crew 309 committee member.
Far away looms the hazy outline of the lofty summit covered in snow. Yes, to the newcomer it is a long way ahead, but it comes a lot closer to the spirit of as the spirit of scouting spreads. We remember well when he came to the base of the venturing mountain and how he looked up and took the challenge to take the journey, join the few and soar with the eagle. Once inspired by the spirit of scouting, he works on the Venturing and Discovery Awards. Putting a few achievements behind him, he quickly climbs on. Even though the requirements stiffen a bit, he keeps climbing until finally he tops the mountain ridge along the summit trail where he receives his venturing and discovery awards. This is no place to rest on the summit trail, for now he clearly sees the peak ahead. There is a broad mountain meadow with many pathways which lead to other venturing awards such as the Ranger, Trust, Quest, or the Summit to challenge him. The one that beckons him on is the Pathfinder Award. He must participate in district, council, area, region, or national venturing events. He is farther along the summit trail than he realized he would ever be, and he is proud of his progress. He realizes benefits that he has gained from his training for leadership and for service. Our hiker rushes on, working, serving, and leading, and as he goes, he sets one personal growth goal related to the following areas: development of faith, development of self, development of others. The farther he climbs, the fewer companions he meets who are with him along the trail, and the more effort he expends. He must participate in adventures, plan an event, prepare the details and contingencies, and lead to completion of a crew activity. Moving on, our traveler attains the Summit Award. To guide us up the final ascent, Hunter Brock, Crew 309, Vice President of Administration.
Our adventurer has completed many accomplishments, but looking up, the adventurer beholds the summit about which he has heard so many stories. The trail leads on and upward. Now the pathway narrows, and there are even fewer venturing scouts on it. Toward summit, the path steepens considerably and winds along narrow ledges. Many tough spots will need to be overcome to conquer the last few miles. Being prepared has always been one of the key tenets of scouting. Venturers must be prepared to take care of themselves as well as be ready to serve others when called. He must complete a service project, write a personal code of conduct, and spend time mentoring others. Leadership is one of the cornerstones of the Venturing Summit Award. He concentrates on developing leadership skills, implementing those skills as a leader, and he will successfully teach the Introduction to Leadership Skills for Crews course. Another cornerstone of the Venturing Summit Award is learning through experience. Experience can be a powerful learning tool. He has many experiences interacting with his peers and learning decision-making skills. He participates and leads ethnical controversies. As he goes about these tasks, he is busy giving leadership to other venturing scouts who seek to climb the venturing mountain. He is continually giving service to those who cannot enjoy the trail but need a helping hand. Only those with real persistence and courage are able to gain the thrill of summit. Now our BSA representative, Al Taylor, has a few words.
I will read the wise words of the old venturing code. As a venturer, I believe that America's strength lies in our trust in God and in the courage, strength, and traditions of our people. I will therefore be faithful in my religious duties and will maintain a personal sense of honor in my own life. I will treasure my American heritage and will do all that I can to preserve and enrich it. I will recognize the dignity and worth of all humanity and will use fair play and goodwill in my daily life. I will acquire the venturing attitude that seeks truth in all things and adventure on the frontiers of our changing world. You are now a Summit Award Venturing Scout. It means that you have demonstrated the ability to be a leader of like-minded individuals that upheld a creed and sacred oath, a passion for life and the principles that founded the United States of America. The Summit is not a medal. It's not an award or certificate to hang on the wall. It is a way to live your life. Although the trail to Summit is hard work and fun, it is much more. The Summit Award is an education. Each Venturing, Discovery, and Pathfinder Award is a chapter. The conclusion is that by earning the Summit Award, one has the tools to be a responsible, conscientious citizen who would gladly advance the group before the individual.
As a Summit Award earner, Elisha Hunt, the eyes of all scouting are up on you. Yes, the eyes of the world will be up on you. May your life always be guided by the spirit of scouting. The Summit Medal that you're about to receive is symbolic of the spirit of scouting. You are at the summit that you've been diligently seeking to reach. And here's a brief review of Elisha's scout history with Venture Crew 309. Elisha served as Crew 309 as the crew secretary, treasurer, and president. He has served his community with 164 hours of service. He's camped 24 nights and hiked 74 miles. Elisha has led his crew in multiple fun activities ranging from Nerf Wars to leading Introduction to Leadership Skills at the Southern Region Area 6 event SOAR. It was under Elisha's guidance that the crew adopted the official green shirts field uniform we wear today, and under his leadership that we began participating in more council events. Elisha's inspired our members toward personal growth and been a mentor to many scouts. A couple of times that Elisha has impressed other folks too is when he became crew president. He talked to myself and some of the others on the co-advisors. He was wanting the crew to take a turn and start working on things besides fun. And you see some other summits around the room. You wanted us to change, and we did as a crew. So I thought that was very adult of him when he wasn't even an adult, to think that we had had enough fun and it's time to do some work too. We could still have fun and do work. Another time, his board of review was very impressed with him. The chairman of his board said, "You don't have many 20-year-olds. Hang in there and stick with it."
Especially after they move out, is what she said. So.
Yes. So he impressed his board of review likewise, and they did not know him as well as we do. And I'm going to...
Those who earn the Venturing's highest award, the Summit Award, are marked. They're marked as effective leaders, conscientious servants of others, men and women of integrity, who live the values of the Scout Oath and the Scout Law, and who are capable of setting and achieving ambitious goals, all while living their life as an adventure. You live your life as an adventure? I know you do.
More than I probably should.
I know. Being prepared has always been one of the key tenets of scouting. A venturer who has attained the Scouting Award is prepared to take care of themselves, but they're also prepared and ready to serve others when called. Elisha, by earning the Summit Award, your community will know you not merely as a finisher, but as someone who has developed skills and capabilities to not only be thoroughly prepared for successes, in life, but also prepared to serve. Elisha, are you willing not only to accept the honor of Summit, but also the responsibility of this award?
Yes, I am.
All right? Then repeat after me. I do hereby promise,
I do hereby promise,
on my honor as a scout,
on my honor as a scout,
to use the skills that I have learned
to use the skills that I have learned
to continuously better myself and others,
to continuously better myself and others,
to live my life
to live my life
by the values upheld in the Scout Oath and Law,
to the values upheld by the Scout Oath and Law,
to be a servant of all,
to be a servant of all,
putting the needs of others above my own.
putting the needs of others above my own.
I promise to allow this award
I promise to allow this award
to remind me to daily better myself, to allow me
to allow me to daily better myself,
my community,
my community,
and my world.
and my world.
To this I pledge my sacred oath.
To this I pledge my sacred oath.
Too. Kimberly, I think we need you up here.
I can't talk for crying. Elisha's really gone through some personal grief, hard times, and he's overcome a lot, I would say, especially over the last 5 years. And I could absolutely not be more proud of him than I am right now. And every single day, he impresses me with his maturity and his kindness and his love for others. And he's just a wonderful, wonderful man. And I'm just so proud he's done this on his own. With the help of all you guys. Like I say, he lives on his own, and he's so great. I love you.
Kimberly. You gotta put his pen on it.
It goes on the left side. Ah! No.
Elisha, would you like to say a few words to the audience?
Nah, I will. After all that, nah, I'm good. I'm also going to try to not cry. But I really couldn't be here without all of you guys. You've all been such an important and an integral part of my life. For the better, whether it was seen as such or not. Everybody here is important to me in some regard. So thank you all, and I love you all. I also want to give a parent pin to my mom and a mentor pin to Angela, because if I didn't have my mom, I wouldn't be here obviously. If I didn't have Angela, I probably wouldn't have gotten a lot of stuff done. So would you guys come up here please so I can give you your pins?
Hunter's waiting for me to cry too. Like Mom's gonna cry, baby.
Okay, let's see here. Mom, I probably am going to stick you.
Don't.
There you go. Thank you. I love you. Love you too, Mama. I'm so proud of you. All right, Angela. I will also try to not stick you.
Probably later.
That's fine. Thank you.
Proud of you. Glad you hung in there.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, Crew 309, it's your chance to make comments.
Just skip this part, go on past this part.
Who's first?
Oh, no.
Oh, here comes Hannah.
Oh, no! Turn this man's microphone off right now.
All right, so mine's a little bit sentimental.
Speak up.
I don't think I'm gonna cry, but it might happen. So when I first joined the crew, Elisha was president, and we all called Elisha the proud venturing papa.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
And when I became president after Elisha, he passed that down to me. And I became the proud venturing papa. And then Julia became the proud venturing papa.
I don't remember that happening.
But
I don't remember getting that memo.
from all of us in the crew, I would just like to say that although you may be the proud venturing papa, we are very proud of you as well right now.
Thank you. Well, that one's so bad. Oh.
I don't have anything to say. I'm being serious.
Oh no.
Don't hold
So I'm sure that many of you are aware that at one point we went on a backpacking trip in Savage Gulf
I remember this. I was
to
there, I think.
Hobbs Cabin. If you don't know, it's very difficult, and it was a very treacherous day or weekend.
Hold on. You're supposed to be dragging him. Not me, too.
You're going down too, buddy.
I know the story.
We're both going down.
So if you don't know, Trevor got hurt very early on in the day, and we dropped his backpack off in one of the camps that we passed through before we got to Hobbs Cabin. And that night, me, Trevor, and Elisha, we were alone, just trying to get as far as we could down the trail before the sunset. We couldn't make it all the way to Hobbs Cabin that night, but it was not for a lack of trying. And one of the things that has always stuck in my mind of Elisha's humbleness since then has been, since that night, he gave Trevor his sleeping bag because Trevor's sleeping bag was in his backpack miles behind us. And you about froze.
Sure. What I had with me, and I take it every backpacker camping trip now, is my green blanket. It was recently converted into a poncho, but that's the thing that I had with me in like 25-degree Fahrenheit weather at night, maybe.
It was cold.
It was pretty cold. But it was rough. Man, it was a fun trip though. I really enjoyed it. It was a fun time.
It was a fun trip.
Immediately after that, we went to Latimer for, it was called Summit then, I think. Soar. We went to Soar, like a day. We left Savage Gulf, and then, like, all right, cool. And we're going to go all the way back to the mountain on the other side of the mountains. So we had, like, it was 5 days of, man, I can't wait to get home. But it was cool.
You don't have to pretend like you weren't cold, because I know you were.
I was freezing. It was so cold.
You woke me up shivering, and I was asleep. Well, I was very tired. But it said so much to me about who you are that you gave your sleeping bag to someone else just because you knew that they were in a more rough situation than you were. Anyone else?
All right, someone really roast me. Someone give me.
I'm
give
saying,
Me...
there needs to be a roast somewhere in this.
Oh no, Nathan's standing up.
We're in trouble. Please tell me you have a roast.
I have a funny story.
Is it a roast?
It might be.
I think you might know the story.
Oh no.
So this February, we went to Winterfest in Gatlinburg, and I believe, were you in charge of planning the trip?
I think so, yeah.
Okay,
I'm
Elisha
pretty
was
sure.
in charge of planning the trip.
No, it was Julia. It was Julia, and I was.
I
the
know
mentor.
I'm short, but you can see the hair even if you look over me, right?
I thought
Julia,
it was Elisha.
Julia was in charge. I was in charge the year before that.
Okay.
The one where it was.
You
I
were
was
mentoring.
her this February. Yeah. Last
Alright.
year is the one where I was in
Can you
charge,
see me now?
and we didn't do anything.
So, I wanted to help with this process, and I wanted to make sure that wherever we stayed, we got a hot tub. And Elisha was on the same page as I was, and we were both real excited for a hot tub. And we stayed in a condo that weekend, and the hot tubs were closed.
Because it's February in Gatlinburg.
Yeah. So me and Elisha made do with what we had, and we got in a jacuzzi tub together.
And we boiled 2 pots of water to make it hot because it was not going to get hot. So me and Nathan, tall boys, we were literally like legs and legs next to each other, like feet next to each other, and we were like, this isn't warm at all. This is not warm. It's comfy, it's cool, but we are not warm. This is like lukewarm water at best.
Yeah.
I think I have that picture somewhere.
I know I've got the picture.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was my best bonding moment with Elisha.
Yeah.
Half naked in a hot tub?
We were fully clothed for the most part.
These are some of the stories I don't hear.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Sure.
Well, I have just been very impressed with Elisha. I mean, I see you as a kid, but you're doing all these things as an adult. Living on your own, fixing up your house, your car, taking care of everything on your own, and you've been a great mentor to so many in the group. Not just seeing you do those things, but also in the group. With my own two, Nathan's really not that age to do the work program, and Hannah is, you've kept things fun for him. You've kept things focused for her. That says a lot when you can play both of those roles and mentor to their needs and to so many others too. I mean, like when the Boy Scout troop has needed people to go with on camping trips, you step up and there's a need, so you took care of it. I really, really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Oh, now you're making me feel bad because I'm completely zoned out. I don't know anything. Gotta think.
It was almost 4 years ago now since me and Jolie have joined the crew. Elijah was already in his presidential role when we joined in. We joined primarily because I've been a scout my whole life, and I wanted to go back to Philmont. Julia wanted to go to Philmont, so we needed a crew to be part of, and we joined in. First camp out was kind of weird because Elijah was he was an odd duck. If you didn't know him, he's an odd duck.
I questioned you that entire
He just,
weekend.
but the more you get to know him, the cooler that duck becomes. He's unique in his own way. He's special in his own character. Even if you do have to carry his backpack for 5 miles while you carry your own, he never gives up. He's always, if he wants to do something, he always sets out and he does it the best he can with his resources available. So, like everybody else said, you put your mind to it, you do it, you set the example, you help other people by inspiring them to want to do more. So, even though you have your quirks, they're fun quirks. So, never change and always be who you are. So, congratulations.
All right, that's enough of that.
So I told Elisha, so my first memory of you in Boy Scouts, and this goes back even before Venture Crew, was Hunter went to one of his birthday parties. I didn't take him. I didn't know y'all. I didn't know Elisha. I knew the wars were going. I all had to be good, right? Austin's like, whose house did I just drop him off? It's really big. So we've had lots of fun at the big house. Yeah. Miss Melanie, would you like to say anything?
My feet and knees hurt. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get comfortable.
Go sit
I
down.
gave you a chair. I don't want to hear a single word.
You told me to stand in it.
It's a chair.
Okay. I won't lie. When you quit Boy Scouts, I was so distressed. It's like, no, you cannot leave the troop. But what you've done with the crew far exceeds anything I could have ever thought you would have done. The leadership that you brought to the crew, the mentoring, his quirks, whatever, everything. Elisha, I'm so proud of you. I couldn't be more proud of you. Years ago, we had a venture crew, and they only wanted to do fun stuff. We wall climbed all the time. That's all we ever did, go wall climbing. But that's what they wanted to do. They didn't care about the awards or the other part of it. But like Christy said, you've all had a good balance of the award part and the fun part, and under your leadership brought all that together. So well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
Trevor, did you ever say anything?
I don't think Trevor should say anything.
Anybody knows some stories, Trevor? Scott and Andrew, y'all have been part of Crew 309 too. Y'all have anything?
If I have anything, it's gonna be like that.
Well, you're a good storyteller.
I was just gonna do time, I was
I've been standing here and can't make
We're
something
gonna
up.
open it up to the rest of the audience.
rip
If
here.
anybody else in the audience would like to say anything, you're welcome
Samantha?
Error.
Oh, I'm sorry. I took my moment.
Probably can't tell those in a church setting.
Okay, buddy.
Mine, Andrew, and Trevor stories.
Please stand for the dismissing of the colors. Color guard, attention. Color guard, retrieve the colors. Scout salute. Color guard, retreat. Two.
That's not me. It changed again. You don't give out information on this, do you?
On behalf of the National Council of the Boy Scouts of America, I hereby declare the Summit Court of Honor closed.
Let's eat cake, yes.